Boy, oh boy, Nintendo Switch. A lot of people talking about Nintendo Switch right now because the next one is on its way. Finally. Keep in mind, I believe the original Nintendo Switch, didn't that come out in 2016? So it's been a minute. And that hardware has held strong since 2016. But it's time for a new one. It's time to upgrade. The industry will leave it behind if they don't upgrade it because, let's face it, things are starting to run a little slow over there. I played that Super Mario Brothers ship that came out last year. Decent game. But boy, did that game struggle at times. I expect it to run very well on Switch too. The hardware will probably have it run a little bit better. However, a lot of people talking about the price of this thing. And it's costly. Now, the system itself, in my opinion, I think it's fine. It's launching at $450. I thought it was $400. But I guess it's going to be about $450 if you just want it alone. But if you want the Mario Kart game, Mario Kart World is what they're calling it, it's going to be a $500 bundle. So that's something. I just wanted to confirm that because Polygon, I don't know if I trust them. So here's what the price actually is, at least according to IGN, which is a little bit better than Polygon. The price will be $500 if you want Mario Kart, which would make it cheaper because guess what? Mario Kart 8. Or not Mario Kart 8, I'm sorry, Mario Kart World is going to have an $80 price tag. So for the system alone, $450. If you want Mario Kart, $500. And that's the bundle I plan on getting because I'm going to get that game anyway for sure. I'm going to get the Mario Kart bundle. I'm sure I'll be playing the hell out of that. I love Mario Kart. But how many other people are willing to shout that kind of money? You're up there with PlayStation prices now. Now, when you compare it to the original with inflation, the original Nintendo Switch, I was wrong, which came out in 2017, felt like 2016. I guess it was, because it was right after the election then, so that makes sense. So $387 is what that would be with inflation. That's really not that bad. In my opinion, I think that's I think $450 is fine. I really don't have too much of a problem with it. You have to understand with inflation, the dollar is a lot weaker, and tariffs too are going to be a thing. So they're just throwing it at $450. Maybe that will come down over time. We'll see. I wonder if this could become a Nintendo 3DS launch. Remember the Nintendo 3DS launch? I don't know if you remember, but that thing was rotting on shelves for a minute. Nintendo cut the price to move that thing, and that eventually did cause the 3DS to take off when they cut the price. The economy right now, I am curious to see. We will really find out the power of Nintendo at this price. I'm going to get it. I love Nintendo. I was one of the suckers that bought a 3DS the day it came out. I've always grabbed Nintendo consoles when they come out. That I've been playing them my whole life, and I'll never stop. I will be an old man playing Nintendo in my rocking chair, and I won't be the only one. Be playing with my grandkids someday. I hope I live long enough for something like that. But you know, the big conversation that's happening right now is the price. That's the real conversation. So, Nintendo Switch 2 games priced at $80. That is going to set an industry standard. I want you to realize that. They've been trying to get that price for a while. You see a lot of the studios complaining they want to jump to $80. They want to have an $80 price point on games. And once you start having that price on Switch and releasing games at that price on Switch, I expect every studio to follow suit. You're probably going to see a game price increase now across the board this year to $80. And keep in mind, this is just the start. Now we've heard rumors that Grand Theft Auto 6 might be $100. I think we're going to see that now. I think we see a $100 game within the year. I do believe that rumor now because Nintendo just pulled the trigger and set the standard. People aren't happy with this price point. There's a lot of people that are pissed. The question I have, though, is will it affect the launch? I don't think so. Switch, I think it surpassed the PlayStation 2. Either way, the Nintendo Switch is one of the most popular consoles of all time. Nintendo merging their home and handheld platforms was a gold mine for them. But they do have some competition now. Like Steam Deck is pretty popular. I don't know how popular that is with kids, though. You know, like I think Switch still kind of has that edge there. So we'll see. I mean, look at some of the comments. Effing insane. $90 for Mario Kart is $80, but that's fine. I don't know if I could get drunk enough for that to make sense. I can say this from Hijabi Gamer. I won't be buying any more third-party games on Switch. I have a Steam Deck. If I do get a Switch 2, it would be only for first-party titles. So I would expect your Steam Deck games to go up too, Hijabi Gamer. I think across the board, these games are going to go up. Probably, it's a third-party game launches on Switch for $80, you're probably going to see it reflected. The only thing I could think of that might be used as an excuse is their new SD cards. However, these SD card expresses that are coming out, from what I was reading, is you're not even going to get the full game on those anymore. They'll be used as like a key, and you still have to download the majority of the game. If that's true, that's a real bummer. Because that was one thing that I liked about Switch was you could still get those cool little physical copies. They were kind of the last ones standing when it comes to physical gaming. Corner the market, then raise the prices. That'll ruin the industry then. They're going to price people out of gaming. That's a fair point, too. At what point do you price people out? Nintendo is kind of like Disney, and I saw this conversation going around. Here's the thing with Disney. Disney has that dedicated market that can raise their prices. Nintendo, kind of the same. And it's irritate people, but I definitely am in that sticker market when it comes with Nintendo. Like I will pay the price. The problem is, are there enough people like me versus people that won't? That's a question that I can't answer because Nintendo is a big name. A big name. $80, oof. GTA 6, MSRP 100, watch is going to happen. I agree. Steam Deck looking better and better. The era of 90 through 100 children's entertainment, nope. Now, this is just on my post, but this is a conversation going on across the internet right now, is this price point. So the question I have for you that I'd like to see in the comments is, what do you plan to do? Are you going to pass up the Switch 2 to send a message? Are you going to get it anyway? You're going to bite the bullet? What are you going to do about $80 games? Are you going to pay that? Are you going to go back and just play older games? What does the future of gaming look like for you at these price points? I would like to hear your responses. Also, if you would, please share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.